Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, there we go. There's Sue. Good morning, Sue.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Mark.
How are you doing?
Good. Gonna mute.
Good.
Good morning.
Just checking something.
Did the camera move or was it always like that? It's crooked.
Ooh. There we go. All right. Yep. Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Okay, let's get the party going, Sean.
There's a party. I think the camera's a little low. There we go. All right. We're all technically resolved, I think. Good morning. Morning.
Good morning.
We all set?
Yes.
All righty. We're going to get it started. Let's come to the back of our mats today. And so that just the heels are almost on the back borderline of the mat. And then when we're going to take a midline of the mat, like a center part, and you're going to take your heels, you're going to step them out slightly so that the toes angle in, pointing at that midline, the big toe in particular. And then we're going to bring straightness to the legs, almost locking out through the knee joint. And from that, we're going to start to begin to stabilize our pelvic girdle by pulling in the belly button. I want to actively create that nice suction in towards the spine. And as we do that, we're going to try elongating through the spine. So to practice that, we're going to imagine each and every vertebrae lengthening up as we inhale. And then when we exhale, we're going to try to maintain that rise, if you will, in the spine. So let's practice that. Inhale, lengthen, hold, inhale, lengthen a little more, hold, and then take that all the way up and in through the head. And while you take the next breath in, bring the shoulders up, open the palms to face forward. Nice. Now, sweep the hands up shoulder height. Beautiful. As you inhale on the exhale, you're going to pull back the hips and have a slight forward lean. Now, this is potentially going to put a little tension in the low back, and to help relieve that, I'd like you to engage a little more through that hollowing out sensation where you're pulling belly button actively in. Now, take a registration of what's going on with those feet of yours. I'd like you to try to get the ball of each big toe on the mat and have a little active push of that in downwards, of each downward, sorry. And then while you're pushing downward, I'd like you to try to spiral in the ball of the big toe towards the midline of the body. Good, now bring the hands forward. Palms are facing each other, and then lift the thumbs to the sky. And then lower down and sweep the arms back, all the way back, opening the palms. Now spiral the thumbs backwards. Let's create a nice opening through the chest. Best we can. Inhale, lengthen the arms and pull them back just a little more. And then bring the hands back forward, bring them all the way up as high as you can. Take a big breath as you release it, fold it down, and then walk it out to plank. Let's just float around in this just a little bit. Now, in plank, we're just setting this up for the first time. So if you're actively pushing away from the earth and you look down at your shoulders and you can see that they're well in front of your chest. We're going to let the chest kind of descend downwards in towards the ground. Pull the back of the head to the sky. Pull your hips up and back to down dog. I'm just simply articulating a lot of the joints and starting to activate a lot of the muscles of the body, creating the necessary blood flow into them to push high in the tippy toes, drive the heels down towards the earth. And while you work to actively push the heels to the earth, bring the body back into plank. Feel a nice release or lengthening through those gastroc or calf muscles. Let the chest descend down towards the earth. Gently lower the knees down on the mat. Pull back the hips and walk the hands forward. This is kind of exercise that feels good because I'm enjoying it right now. Wait, let me just do this the whole class, right? Now, while we're down here, I'd like you to walk your hands forward a little more. Try to keep the arms positioned a little wider than shoulder width with the palms flat on the earth. Now we're going to take the palms and I'm going to start to step them in a little bit. So we're kind of getting a frog-like type of position with the hands. So fingers are pointing to the midline. Pull the hips back. Lengthen the spine, but as you inhale and as you exhale, step the fingers forward, come back up into quadruped or all four positions, all four being knees and hands. I'm going to make sure we have a separation equal in distance between each hand and each knee. So they're both the same width apart. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, pull the back of the head to the sky. Keep the head pulling to the back of the sky. Push the chest through the arms towards the earth. Let's hollow out that tummy. Let's pull it up actively towards the spine. And let's take your tailbone and start to tuck it under. So it's not aiming to the sky, it's going the opposite direction. Nice contraction through those rectus abdominis, those big six-pack muscles of yours. And then as you release the next breath, pull the back of the head to the sky, push the chest down through the earth, and now rotate the tailbone up to the sky. As you rotate actively the tailbone to the sky, let's hollow out the tummy. You kind of feel a lot of stuff pulling through your gut area. Now let's reverse that. Pull the belly button into the spine, begin to flex the upper back, let the head descend towards the earth. And this time we're going to actively push the chest away from the earth, creating as much length across the back, tucking the tailbone under. Take a big breath and reverse. And as you exhale, reverse. And then inhale, reverse. And come back to neutral spine. Let's come up off the knees. Let's float the hips up to the sky. From your tippy toes, push high, and then from your heels, drive low. Step the feet forward. As you inhale, extend to a flat back. And as you exhale, let the upper body fold back down. As you inhale, extend. Now, let's hold out on this, fingertips on the earth. If you need to be in a more elevated position, you could have forearms on thighs, whatever's best for your body. We're going to try to work some straightness to the legs, and we're also going to bend them, get some blood flow into those hamstrings. So let's start by bending and then pushing the hips high to the sky. And then bend. And then push the hips high. And then bend. And push the hips high. And then keep in that folded position. And let's get a registration of weight bearing in the feet. Let's let the body float forward until you feel most of the weight pushing into the front part of the foot, the ball and the toes. And then let's drift backwards, the hips, until we feel most of the weight bearing back in the heels. Now that orientation of hips back allows us to focus more work into the posterior chain muscles. So we're going to hold out on this a little bit. And we're going to bend the knees ever so slightly. And then we're going to bring our forearms up onto the thighs and tabletop the back. Now, push the legs straight and let the upper body kind of fold down, but keep the forearms on the thighs. Drift the hips backwards. Give me as much weight bearing to the heels. We know what that feels like. We registered it, remember? Now, as you inhale, extend the spine, tabletop. And as you exhale, let it fold down. That's the upper body, of course. And as you inhale, extend to a flat back, tabletop. And then fold back down. And then inhale, extend, tabletop. Hold on the tabletop. Take the right hand, extend it forward. Switch it for the left. Switch it for the right. Switch it for the left. Bring hands over heart. Unhinge the body, stand tall. Hello, everybody. Push the hands to the sky, separate them. Make them wider than shoulder width, almost like a little Y shape. As you inhale, extend the arms and pull the shoulders up to the ears. And as you exhale, actively pull the shoulders down, lower the arms, palms facing the sky, with the thumbs aiming backwards. Let's use those thumbs to pull and create length through the chest and activation across the shoulders to the back. As you inhale, sweep the hands to the sky. As you exhale, half forward fold. Let those arms drift into the body. Aim the palms down at the earth. As you inhale, extend the spine. Keep the back of the head pulling to the sky. Let's take the thumbs and spiral them around so that we have more opening for the chest and more activation across the back, across the shoulders. Take a big inhale, sweep the arms forward as you stand tall. Bring them up shoulder height, palms facing sky. Use those thumbs. Now pull the arms long with the fingers. Use the thumbs to activate and pull back the arms. Take a big breath in, hands sweep sky. Exhale, fold down forward, all the way down. Hands walk out and feet step back to plank. Hips pull up and back to down dog. Push onto the tippy toes. Drive those heels earthward. Float it back to plank. Keep the heels driving back downwards. Let the chest descend into the arms. Pull a big breath into that body of yours. Pull the head to the sky as you breathe it in. And as you exhale, pull those hips back and up to down dog. Push high onto the tippy toes. Drive the heels to the earth. Take the knees and start to lower them down towards the earth. We're kind of wedging the body, if you will. And then push all the way through, back up to down dog. Let's do that a couple more times. Knees gently and slowly lower, and then they straighten. Down dog. One more time through. Gently, slowly, with conviction, push back up, and then step the feet forward. Inhale, extend, flat back. Hips drift backwards, register the weights. Where am I talking about? Yes, the heels, you got it, love it. Now, let the upper body fold down, and then from the hips, one vertebra at a time, we're gonna kind of peel up. That's the same as we're doing a Pilates sit-up, making the connection one vertebrae at a time, rolling that spine through all the way up to standing position. Good morning again. Draw the shoulders up to the ears. Take the thumbs and spiral them all the way backwards. And let the shoulders just kind of fall where they feel comfortable. As you inhale, sweep the arms forward, palms facing sky. As you exhale, open. As you inhale, salute the sun. Let's bring hands over heart and take the left foot, step it back. Let's get some positioning awareness here. So separation of church and state, left and right, if you will. We'll have just about hip width apart. A little political humor. Everyone get that? No, not good, not connecting today. You got to read the room, Now, on the front foot, I'd like you to take an effort to push the big toe into the earth and how it kind of changes the psychology of the movement, if you will, the dynamics. Now, we're going to change that by taking the heel and pushing it into the earth and bringing some straightness to the front leg. With the back leg, we're going to make it as straight as possible. We're up in the toes, and let's make sure that the heel is not angling off in one direction or the other. Just take a little look back and see it's going straight up, but don't do that. So we got hands over heart. We got the legs all set up. We have the spine long, right? And then we're going to hinge forward without bending that front knee. So this is all hip action. Our body's lowered only because of the rotation through the hip. And we haven't began to flex our spine, right? We're keeping that nice, proud chest, spine long. Let's reach the hands forward. Nice. Now, raise the arms and then let them sweep down back, spiral the thumbs backwards, open the chest. And then as you inhale, bring the arms forward and up. And as you exhale, the same thing, down, back, spiral, open, and continue to do this for a few more repetitions. Associate the movement with breath. The forward movement, we're breathing in as we raise, and as we exhale, sweeping back. Couple more. And then hold. Nice. Make the arms longer. Spiral the thumbs ever so slightly more, and then hands come over heart. Take that back foot, step it forward. Oh, I know Kirsten got that because I looked over immediately and I got that smile like, thanks for getting off that. That was beginning to feel like work. Take the right leg, step it back. Same kind of positioning. Make sure we got the separation. Start with the big toe, make it to the heel, straighten the leg, tippy toes and heel, all oriented. Gonna lean in, spine long. Enjoy that sensation. We're gonna build the effort over time. Take a big breath in, exhale. Let's extend the arms forward on the next inhale, hold. Now on the next breath, raise. On the release, sweep, spiral. Inhale, raise. Exhale. Now the range between up and back, try to increase that with every movement. Inhaling, try to get ever so slightly more. And now that's not at the risk or sacrifice of compression, right? So if we feel compressive forces in the neck, then try not to exert beyond that. All right, almost done. Inhale, raise. Exhale, lower. One more repetition. Sweep it up. Hands, heart. Back foot forward. That wasn't as bad as the other side. I don't know why. Push the hands to the sky. As you inhale, give me a nice proud chest. As you exhale, hollow out that belly, pull it in. Lift the hips backwards. Keep the knees relatively straight. We're trying to form tension in the low back, not aggravation. The tension is active work where we can manage the workload, right? Just nod, I get it. Now, lower the arms, take the palms, flip them to the earth, take the thumbs, spiral them through. Bring the fingers to touch. As you inhale, move to the right, exhale, come center, and do the same to the left. Inhale, center, exhale, inhale, rotate. Keep it going. Now, as you do this, I want you to check in with your hips and make sure we're not doing like little hula dancing. Like it'd be nice and actively working through the hips so we can focus the rotational muscles of the spine and exercise them a little bit. Come back center, flip the palms to face, bring hands over heart, stand tall, nice. Take a big breath in, take the left knee, raise it up and into the air. Switch it for the right, kind of like a standing walk. As we bring blood flow into that hip flexor, I'm going to see or ask if you can create a little more lift with each subsequent activation. It's kind of like running on the same spot. A little bit of balance work. You know your body's getting this balance work when your feet stop feeling like they're fighting for balance. They have established a good neural connection between the movement and the displacement of weight. Now we got it nice and solid. We're going to hold up the left, extend the left leg, and then we're going to, without touching the floor, sweep the leg down and through and begin to fold forward. Now, this is balance related work. So we're trying to hold on, but keep everything long. Whoops. And I mean long in terms of spine, long in terms of neck. Come back up to standing and put that left foot down. That wasn't so bad, was it? All right, Mark's going, that was easy. Give me something challenging. Take the right knee, elevate it. Take the right foot, extend it. Sweep it through without touching. Begin the forward fold. It's amazing how we struggle for balance when we displace weight. We're on one leg. This is really good work for our bodies. Come back up to standing. Whoops. As you inhale, push the hands to the sky. As you exhale, drift the hips backwards. Keep the arms reaching to the sky. Let's bring hands over heart and then separate the feet and then begin to lower your butt. So squatting and tucking under, squatting, keeping spine neutral, squatting and turning it tailbone out. The in and out is not with good form. I want you to be more stable so we're not reaching back with the hips or tucking under. So lower down and get a weight bearing registration. Let's drift forward, then drift back. And then I'm going to ask you to feel what muscles are working between the 2 points. So let's start in the back, then come forward, feel the difference, and then drift back. We want that posterior load. So back is good in this instance. Now lower down a little more, extend the hands out. Sorry, sweetie. Now squat just a little deeper and then stand tall. Keep the arms extending forward and then lower down. So much like earlier when we were increasing range of motion with the added repetitions, see if you can do so with this. As you raise and lower, watch what the knees are doing. Any funny things going on? Try to control the line of the knees with the 2 middle toes. Lowering down. You can take a look at it. Coming back up. And then lower down. Hold. We're going to amp this up by raising the arms. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, stand tall. Hands over heart. Beautiful. Now, stepping the feet out a little wider. Take the heels to the edges of the mat. Take the toes and aim them center line of the mat. Keeping the hands over heart. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, hollow out. As you inhale, make a concerted effort to give me more hollow. On the next breath, hands come forward. Now, the ball of each big toe, I'd like you to try to push it into the ground and then spiral it into the center line of the body. And if you got activation in those inner thigh muscles, great. Let's take the hands, reach them forward now, interlock the fingers, back to our rotators. So we're going to keep center line, those interlocked fingers, and rotate the shoulder carriage. So I could do this with my arms, right? But that's not moving the muscles. I want you to rotate the shoulder carriage and then go opposite side. Keep those small but very important inner thigh muscles active. In other words, keep spiraling the ball of each big toe into the center line. Inhale, rotation, exhale, center. You've got the movement. You've got that inner thigh activation. Are you loving this? No, this is all new. Okay, let's come center, hands heart, stand tall, step forward to the front of your mat. Getting a little closer, a little more personal. All right. Push your hands to the sky. Y. Make a Y. Extend arms, pull, 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 lift the shoulders up, get them close to the ears, as close as you can get. All right, now, hollow out, pull back, keep the legs relatively straight. Take the heels now, without moving them. This is isometric. Try to push the heels away from the midline. Take a big inhale, lift the arms a little higher, exhale, fold down, and step back, plank pose. Oh, I think my body's leaking. It's kind of hot and humid here today. Now, hips pull up and back to down dog. Take the right leg, lift it to the sky, switch it for the left. Now, while it's not bad to open up, today I want to try to practice more spinal stabilization. So we're going to try to keep the spine relatively neutral and no rotation in this exercise, because we did do that earlier. So as we lift the legs, as we continue to alternate, I'd like you to try to function, lift with minimal movement in the hips. So we have basically the front and back chains of muscle controlling the movement of the leg. All right, let's bring both feet down. Walk the hands back towards the feet. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, fold back down. As you inhale, unfold, come all the way up to standing. There's everyone's beautiful face. Make the Y. Make the Y longer. Pull everything. Let the shoulders rise up. As you exhale, lower arms, shoulder height. As you inhale, hands over heart. Let's take the right foot, step it forward. So we have a slight forward orientation. Not a big lunge, just a small one. We're up on the toes, back foot. Take the ball of the big toe, big front foot, sorry. Push it in the mat and begin to fold forward. Keep the hands over heart, unless you need them on your thigh for support. That's an option. And then come back to standing. Step the front foot back. Whoops. That's not cooperating. Take the left foot, step it forward. Same setup, opposite side. Tippy toes on back, toe pressing front, hands heart lean. And then come back up to standing, step that front foot back. Whoops. Push your hands high to the sky. Inhale, extend. Exhale, hands heart, right foot steps forward. Flat on that front foot, tippy toes, back foot. We're leaning in. Nice. Extend the arms forward this time. Sweep the arms wide. Use the fingers to pull the arms away from the body, like you're trying to pull them out of the sockets. Spiral the thumbs backwards. Pull back just ever so slightly more. Bring hands over heart. Step that front foot back. Take the opposite side, stepping forward. Same setup, opposite side. Love saying that. Lean in. Extend forward. Flip the palms, open the arms. Pull arms long. Nice. Use the thumbs. Create opening through that chest, activation through the back. Sweep the hands back forward and over heart. Step the back foot, front foot back. So used to saying it the other way. Hands push the sky. Inhale, extend. Exhale, hands heart. Right foot steps forward. Tippy toes on the back foot. Lean in. Extend forward. Interlock the fingers this time. Flip the palms. So the palms facing forward. Interlock fingers. As you inhale, rotate to the right. come back center. Now we're exercising those muscles again. So this is not about stabilization, although there is stabilization required. This is about muscle activation. And that spinal column of yours, in addition to some of the major movers that are helping this action, all happen. Come back center, bring hands back over heart, step that front foot back. Got it right that time. Step forward the opposite foot. Setup's good. Lean it in, extend it out. Interlock them, flip them. As you inhale, rotate. Exhale, center. Keep going. Yeah, nice and smooth, nothing jerky. This is all about control of movement. And on the next breath, bring it back, hands heart, take the back foot step forward this time. Beautiful. Hands sky. As you inhale, extend. As you exhale, let it sit it down on your mat. Oh, good night. Good work. Here's a cheers to everybody.
Cheers, guys.
All right. So make sure I'm on camera there. Feet, we're going to bring them out to the sides of the mat. So the sides of the feet run parallel with the mat. I'm putting my hands over my knees. I'm doing that because we work that lower back a lot. And things get tired. So if you need the assistance, which is what I'm doing right now, I'm just using this to assist some of the work. And I'm pulling through with my arms, but I'm pulling my shoulders backwards and then I'm moving them outwards from the center line of the body. And then I'm making my spine longer. Inhaling, lengthening. On the exhale, I'm going to release my grip, bring hands over heart. You can use your hands for assistance as we go through the next series of movement here, which is the articulation of your spinal column, one vertebrae at a time. We're lowering down. Try to keep both feet flat on the floor or on the floor. Oh, and then bring it all the way down. Whew, big activation in that rectus abdominis. Got that six pack. Oh, it's unbelievable. Let's take the knees, pull them up and into the chest, and then circle them. And then reverse whatever circle direction you started in, just reverse it. All right, let's bring the left foot flat onto the earth. Let's take the right foot and bring it on to the thigh, left thigh that is. And then when it arrives on the thigh, I'd like you to give me a little bit of examination of what's going on in your pelvic girdle. Have you rolled off one side or another? If you can, I like to try to keep the left and right equal. Let the spinal column right around the tailbone, if you will, feels like the weight's kind of like rolling that little bony area as opposed to I can feel more on my right hip or left. So now that we've centered the weight, let's take the chest and make it proud, and let's take the shoulders and roll them backward. Have that the arm sits in the shoulder, working its way down to your mat. So you should feel opening chest and activation across the back. Let's take the chin and drop it into the chest, lift the back of the head up. And then when we put it down, I like to try to grow the spine and pull the top of the head to make the spine nice and long. So we're not really flattening out, we're just kind of shortening the radius of the curve in the neck. Take the right, take your chin and roll it to the right. So we feel lengthening through that left side series of muscles in the neck. And bring that head back center. And then do the opposite side. Nice, and do that one more time. All right, now keep the head center, and now we're going to take focus a little bit down. We're going to take the left thigh, I'm going to bring it in towards your body. I'm going to wrap my hams on hamstring. So we're beginning to formulate a stretch through that right hip and the muscles that interact there. Let's take the right foot and flex it. And if you feel the right shin muscle activate, it's great. We're looking to keep that foot dorsiflex, sorry. And while we keep that in dorsiflexion, I'm going to ask you to pull ever so slightly more the leg in towards the body. Oh, we're getting right. And then let's lower that back down. We have to make a medium run for cover. All right, so I'm going to bring the right foot flat to the earth and the left foot onto the right thigh. And I'm going to keep the upper nice and long. Here we go. Take the chin, drop it in towards the chest. And then lengthen the neck as you return the back of the head to your mat. Let's roll the head, turning it to the left. Coming back up center and rolling all the way over to the right. Centering the head, going back to the left. And then coming back up center. And one more time right. When we return back, let's make the towards
John,
We can't hear you.
we can't hear, it's cutting out. We can't
Cutting
hear you.
out.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Keep talking.
Sorry, I'll keep talking. Can you hear me now? Or is it still cutting out?
I think it was when maybe we were lying down, there's something with microphone.
Yeah,
Might have been yourself. Thank
it's cutting out a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was worried about the rain. It's kind of mic.
You're cutting out, in and out.
I'm in and out.
Yeah,
So I'll stand up and touch. Kirsten will be my lovely lady that there's. So we have the feet about hip width apart. We're going to step in the heels just an inch or two, just to put a slight bend in the knee. There's a very obtuse angle through the knee. And if you're not a math major, that means there's a big angle in the knee. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the thighs and the big toes into touch. And when the big toes touch, I like you to dorsiflex the foot, which means pull the foot in towards the shin. Now we got that all active. Here's what we're going to do, which is really, here's what you're going to do. You're going to push the thighs together. And then while you work that, simultaneously exerting force of the two thighs, and you might notice that I'm talking a little bit. That's because I want that muscle to be working hard enough where it begins to tremble a little bit. If you got that, you're right on track. So while we're working to maintain that, I'd like you to take your belly button and pull it into the spine. And then adding on to that, we're going to bring the arms beside the body with the fingers cupped, fingertips and thumbs, tips thereof, touching the mat. Let's make the chest proud and push the fingertips into the earth. All the while, those inner thigh muscles should be actively working to squeeze together. Now, take your heels, not at the expense of the inner thigh muscle activation. We've been working with all that trembling going on, hopefully. Take the heels and push them into the mat. We're adding on. This is a progression. It's a time-related progression. So push, 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 push. If you've got tension forming in your neck, relax that. And then let it all sink down. Today, let's pull the knees up and into the chest. And then rock from side to side. And then extend the legs all the way back out. We're going to do this again because I know how much you love this exercise and how good it is for you. Step the feet in ever so slightly. Rotate the thighs and the big toes in to touch. Squeeze, squeeze the thighs. Now, belly button, pull it into the spine. Chest, make it proud to the sky. Arms descend beside the body with fingertips touching the mat, which means you've got cupped hands. Push the fingertips into the earth, make the chest nice and proud, and keep that belly hollowed out, and add in even more force of the thighs. Squeeze them harder and push the heels and try to elevate the tailbone up off the mat. Hold on this. Release any tension elsewhere in the body, but don't release this work. Squeeze the thighs a little more, push the heels a little harder, and then relax and extend. Arms above head and legs extend out. We're under rainfall, folks. We are still here, even though we're not visible. All right, so now take that extension back to knees into chest. Bring the forehead up to meet the knees, and then rock and roll front to back and come into a seated position. All right, so sitting back on the tailbone versus sitting up on the sit bones, SIT. So I'd like you to have a nice extension where you've taken the tailbone and kind of flipped it backwards. You know how we practice that when we're in cat and cow position, tucking under, extending back. Try to pretend you're extending back, even though it may not be ideal in regards to description. You should feel that kind of external rotation of the tailbone, and then inhale, lengthen through the spine. We're basically exploring our staff pose a little bit today. Now, as we lengthen the spine, if we feel compression in that lumbar or lower back, I'd like you to kind of relax that overactivation by engaging a little more strongly your six-pack muscle. And then with that strong six-pack muscle engagement, grow the spine a little more. Take a big inhale, and on the exhale, don't lose any height. Now inhale, hold. All right, now let's bring our hands onto the sides of our body. So we're in a staff pose. The rain has gone away. I'm going to sit down on the sweat mat. I'm doing it for the team. We're going to take our palms and open to the front. So the top or the fingertips are touching your mat. Palm is open forward. So there's a big engagement or opening. I can only do it with one hand because I need the other one to hold the mic. Now, while we hold this position, I'd like you to get longer through the spine and then take elbows and try to squeeze them together behind you. And then try to lift the hands up off the earth. So the fingertip have pulled up off your mat, squeeze those elbows a little tighter, and then relax and bring hands over heart. Beautiful. Now, hands over heart, lower the hand, fingertip earth, arm opening forward, pull the baby finger in towards the hip. Do the same thing on opposite side. I'm not saying that because I'm being goofy. I'm going to use one hand. As you push the baby fingers into the hips, squeeze the elbows, expand for the chest, grow that spine as you inhale, and as you exhale, bring hands over heart, and then lower down one vertebrae at a time onto the mat. Beautiful. Oh boy, that is so comfortable when it's wet. Now put the knees up and into the chest. I want to make sure you hear me. So pull the knees up into the chest, bring the forehead up to meet the knees. Slowly rock left to right. And then calm that and then rock back. Not to come up, just kind of massage out the back. Get blood flow just because we're moving muscle tissue around, and then calm that. And now we're gonna rock and roll all the way forward and back, come up to a seated position. We're gonna cross our legs in a preferred style of crossing, keeping that spine nice and long. We worked it today. You did a great job. I so much love when people participate and find benefits, strength. As we close up today, let me say thank you for your great and namaste. Thank you for coming. Namaste. Nama didn't stay in bed today. Oh,
Hello.
good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
How was your last evening?
That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Karen wanted to get, well, we had a great salmon dinner. I took her to a fish store that's really fabulous, and we had fabulous food. And then she
Was it
wanted to get,
fabulous? Was it fabulous?
so
Yes, that's so
fabulous.
funny. We're gonna work on adverbs later.
So she wanted to get the dog tired out because he's got a long flight home today. So at like, I don't know, 9 o'clock, when it was dark, we walked to the beach and there was like nobody on the beach. So the dogs like sprinted and ran and, and we walked all, it was the first time we've ever done that. And it was really beautiful. Like the moon was really big. So it was
Nice.
lighting things up. And then you see all the hotels lit up. Anyways, it was pretty cool.
It was like the sharks.
How far are you from the beach?
We're
blocks.
2 blocks. Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
I just love it. I can't even tell you how much I love it. And then this morning Karen woke up at 3 because, you're taking an early flight, you got a dog, you're always worried. But anyways, she got me up at 6 to drive her to the airport, and I caught the sunrise coming back.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
Oh my God. So pretty. So she got to her flight, and of course the flight was delayed because they were
course.
missing a flight attendant, never showed up.
She was
So-
watching the sunset or sunrise, sorry.
There you go. Yep.
So anyways, she'll get home eventually. We're just not sure when. Traveling these days is a little tricky.
Yeah.
Oh, tricky. Is it direct flight?
No, she was going through Denver. Yeah.
And then she goes Denver to where? San Francisco?
Yeah. And she said never again is she booking a layover
Connector.
flight. I mean, she did it to save money, but it's not. Anyway,
She doesn't need to save the money for that thing.
yeah.
Aren't there
needs to-
direct flights from
Yeah.
Fort Lauderdale to San Francisco or
Yeah.
Oakland?
Those on JetBlue. They're nonstop. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
But she said that they wanted $1,000 for a one-way ticket. I don't know.
One way? Oh,
Yeah, well,
anyway,
I don't know.
Winston will be good. He'll be good.
Oh yeah, I mean he'll be so tired. He'll just sit in that little bucket and
Yeah.
just she's got him very well trained for flying and going in the
Yeah.
bag and
Yeah, he loves going in the bag.
he's got more frequent flyer miles than most humans.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
All right. So what's today?
Okay.
Are you checking out of there?
We're gonna go home tonight. Sean's gonna work today.
Of course.
And
It's Sunday, Sean.
yeah.
Hello.
I know.
it's been 7 days a week for a while, but we're getting it
What are you
done.
working on?
The apartment.
Oh, the apartment. I thought you're working on work, day work.
Some of that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're trying to get this apartment finished and get it ready.
What are you doing? What are you
Well-
doing to it?
we put all new flooring in, we put all new trim work in, we put all new painting, and we put all new furniture, except for the bedroom furniture. And now we have to sand the deck and restain it and repair
Oh,
the
yeah.
railings. The railings
But
are all,
isn't it raining today? How can you stain the deck?
Oh,
Oh.
we'll be doing that today.
we're not doing the deck today. No,
Oh,
but this rain, it's 5 minutes of rain and then it goes away.
that's right.
So, yeah,
How are the prices of real estate in Fort Lauderdale?
Still ridiculous,
booming.
like high.
Yeah.
They're still going up too. It's amazing. Like you think that they would finally cap out or top out, but they're still rising.
Well, eventually, I guess everyone's putting down cash. They're not taking a mortgage.
Yeah, cash
A
is
lot
king.
of cash buyers, they're definitely preferred in a transaction.
Yep.
Of course.
Yeah, because like they're coming to an open house with cash and no inspection and close.
No contingencies.
Yeah, close whenever. And there's a lot of New York money coming in. Cash.
California too?
California
Yeah.
too, yeah. Yeah, you see quite a few California plates that you never used to see here. So
Is your
There-
sister gonna come down?
she loves it here, but her husband hates it here. So
He does?
Yeah.
Why?
he doesn't like Florida. He does, it's too hot, it's too humid, it's too flat. He doesn't like the beach,
It gives them a case of twos.
nothing to do.
Too hot, too humid, too.
But Karen,
Okay.
Karen thinks it's awesome. Like we sit out here and we watch the sunset in the evenings and it's very calming and it's very peaceful and the dogs
It's
love.
cheaper to live down in Florida than California.
Yeah, but she also loves California. She loves both. So, and she's got
Okay.
both her kids in California now, which is nice.
Well,
Right.
yeah,
So she's got Christian close by and she's got Victoria in San Diego. So
What does Christian do?
he's an engineer. He
Oh,
does the
nice.
same job that Sean does, only he does it for commercial. So
Oh.
he's like a project manager for a big company.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a very smart little boy. So actually he's a man
Good.
now.
Yeah, he's not- he's not a
Yeah.
little boy.
Yeah.
He's a man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
that happened too.
she got two great kids. She's very lucky.
Well, you do too.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. We
I
try.
mean, Garrett is getting there.
He's getting there.
He's
He's
getting,
definitely-
everyone has their own time curve.
Yeah,
You
agreed.
just have to
Yeah,
go with the flow.
Yep. So it's good.
well said.
Can't complain.
Yeah.
So
Have you seen the new car, a Rivian?
no.
It's an
Oh,
it's
you-
an electric
Yeah, it's a competitor to
Tesla.
Tesla, yeah.
Did you buy it?
It's over $100,000. You know who? Jeff Rogers. Do you know him?
I might know.
Probably not. No.
No.
He owns a CrossFit gym here. He's a friend of mine. He just bought one, and he put a deposit down. You won't get it until December 2023.
Wow. Wow.
That's crazy.
A lot of demand, and they just started producing them about, well, I think this year, as a matter of fact. There was
That's correct. That's correct.
yeah.
Nice to be able to do that.
Well, you can buy a Tesla. Are there many Teslas down there?
There's
Yeah,
lots.
there's tons.
Yeah.
My dog sitter drives a Tesla.
Too bad.
Yeah, he loves it.
What kind of car do you have?
We have a Acura and a Mini Cooper.
Yeah, I drive a Mini
Oh.
Cooper and Sean, that's 2007. It's like uber old. And Sean drives a Acura. It's like an
What happened
S.
to your BMW?
Oh, we got rid of that when the lease was up.
Oh,
Yeah. So, Sean has to have an SUV for work because it's got a bunch of shit in
course.
the back. So it's good.
My work junk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Drunk in the
good.
trunk. All
Well, have a
right.
good day.
Well,
Thanks,
have
Alright.
fun,
guys.
everybody.
Thanks for joining
You
us
too,
today.
Dave.
Thank you.
for joining.
Yeah.
Bye.
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 Bye, Sue.